Hey girls, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a really pretty nail look using products from DoubleDipNails. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the nails on my new practice hand. This is the first set that I'm doing with this hand. I do already have the hand prepped how I want for the application, so we are ready to go ahead and apply the Polygel. I'm going to be using this Polygel color, which is number 35 from the Classic Edition Polygel kit from DoubleDipNails. This color is a little bit more orange than I would prefer, but it is a really good color for the base of the nail. I do have my dapping dish filled with some rubbing alcohol, and this is going to be my slip for the Polygel application. I am going to be using this brush from the Polygel kit as well to apply the Polygel. I'm just going to start applying the Polygel directly onto the nail. I don't really know exactly how much Polygel I need, but I would rather have a little bit too much rather than not enough. I just dipped the brush in the rubbing alcohol and I'm going to start smoothing the Polygel onto the nail. Personally, when I apply Polygel, I like to start around the cuticle and sidewall areas of the nail just to make sure I have enough product and that area is very smooth before I move on to the rest of the nail. Once I have the cuticle and sidewall areas smoothed out, I'm just going to go ahead and smooth the Polygel on the rest of the nail. This is honestly my favorite part. I love applying Polygel over top of nail tips. It's very satisfying and it's actually pretty easy to get a very smooth surface. Once you get the Polygel smoothed out how you want to start applying less and less pressure, and that will give you the very smooth surface of the Polygel. For this set of nails, I'm not very worried about the apex area of the nail, only because this is only on a practice hand, so I don't want to be using a ton of my product when I don't have to. But when you do your own nails with Polygel, you do want to make sure to have a very good structure for the nail to prevent them from breaking. I know I've said this in some of my previous Polygel application videos, but I personally do not like to file nails. I feel like it's very time consuming and it's just not my favorite part of doing nails. So when I do my application, I really like to focus on getting the surface as smooth as possible. That way I don't have to do as much filing after I cure the nails. Because I am using my practice hand, I did want to make sure I did not get any of the product on the silicone of the practice hand. Even if you're doing your own nails or someone else's, you also want to make sure not to get any product on the skin. That can actually cause allergies to the product as well as make your nails not last. Once I smoothed out the entire nail, I did remove the excess Polygel that I had at the tip of the nail. I'm then going to go back and make sure that the cuticle and sidewall areas are as perfect as I can get. Again, you want to make sure not to have any of this product on your skin. The final step that I'm doing to the Polygel application now is I am applying very little pressure to my Polygel brush, and doing this with a good amount of slip on your brush is going to make the surface as smooth as possible. Do keep in mind that Polygel is a self-leveling product, so if you do wait a few minutes, it will also level out very well. Another big tip that I have is to make sure you look at the nail from a different perspective. This is going to give you the best application possible because you can fix any mistakes before you cure. Once I have the Polygel applied, I'm just going to go ahead and cure for a full minute. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the exact same process to all of the other nails. There is so many different ways that you can apply Polygel, but this method is my favorite. By the way, if you are doing this on yourself or other people, you do want to make sure to file the shine away from the natural nail as well as the nail tips. But because I am just doing this on a practice hand, I decided to leave it as is. Filing the shine away will allow the product to adhere better and prevent it from popping off. Like I was saying, there's a ton of different ways to apply Polygel. You can use dual forms or full cover nail tips. You can do a Polygel overlay. You can sculpt out the Polygel over top of paper nail forms. And this method, which is my favorite, which is actually doing Polygel over top of nail tips. This is my favorite because you don't have to worry about the advanced techniques of sculpting out the Polygel with paper forms, but you are able to extend the length of your natural nails. Doing Polygel over top of nail tips in this way, I feel like is the most natural looking way to do Polygel. Some of the other methods don't quite look as natural as this one, just because you can really focus on the cuticle and sidewall areas of the nail. This method is a tiny bit more advanced than using dual forms, just because with dual forms the apex is typically already there, so all you have to do is just file around the sides and cuticle area. You do not have to worry about sculpting out the apex of the nail, which again, if you don't know, the apex is the most important part of doing a nail enhancement. You do want to make sure to have that structure to prevent your nails from breaking. So as you guys may know, I have been doing weekly giveaways of Double Dip Nails dip powder products here on my YouTube channel. I do think I want to take a little break from doing these giveaways. I do apologize if you were really hoping to win, but I do want to go ahead and announce last week's giveaway winner. And the winner is Linda Goodman. Thank you for all of your love and support here on my YouTube channel. It really means a lot to me. Go ahead and send me an email at kcnailsgiveaway@gmail.com. Again, I'm sorry to those of you who want to keep entering the giveaway, but I do need a little break. I do want to go ahead and thank each and every one of you who have entered my giveaways. I do plan to do more giveaways in the future. Even if you don't win the giveaway, I still do really appreciate all of the love and support here on my YouTube channel. I would not be where I am today without you guys, so I am very grateful for all of the support. So this is my first nail design using my new practice hand. If you guys didn't see the video of me unboxing and prepping this practice hand, I will link it in the cards as well as the description. I was nervous if I would actually like working on this practice hand, and I actually really do. I like it a lot more than working on the practice hand that I had previously. I was so nervous and trying my absolute best not to get any product on the silicone around the cuticle and sidewall areas. That was honestly the hardest part of working with this practice hand, because again, you do want to make sure to take very good care of it. But other than that, I really enjoyed working with this practice hand. I do have a video coming out next week as well using the practice finger. I wanted to test out a nail design that I've been seeing everywhere, but I haven't had a chance to try yet. So I'm super excited for you guys to see that one as well. In my next video using this practice hand, I will show you how to take the nails off so that you can do another nail set on your practice hand. Once all of the nails are fully cured, I am taking a lint-free wipe with some rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to go ahead and remove the sticky layer from the nail. Polygel does cure with an inhibition layer, and if you do not remove this, it will ruin your hand file or e-files when you go to shape the nails. After removing the sticky layer from the Polygel nails, I am then taking a 100-180 grit hand file, and I'm going to go ahead and reshape the edges of the nails. This step is very important because you do want to make sure to have the perfect shape for your nails. Because I was so careful applying my Polygel and trying to get it as smooth as possible, the shape is not too far off from what I want. After filing the shape of the nails, I'm also going to use this hand file to file the surface of the nail as well. This step is very important to have a very smooth surface for your nails. You can do this step with an e-file because it may be quicker, but again, because I applied my Polygel so smoothly, I don't have that much filing to do. Because shaping and filing is time consuming and very repetitive, I am just going to go ahead and file all of the other nails off camera. So here are the nails after they've all been filed and shaped. I'm going to go ahead and apply a matte gel top coat to all of the nails. I am going to be doing some gel nail art, but personally I prefer to work over a matte gel top coat as the base of my nail art. I feel like it makes the nail art look really good and it's very easy to work over. I do want to go ahead and say that today's nail art is inspired by my nail bestie on Instagram, Nails by Lindsay. I will have all of her social media platforms linked down below, so definitely go and check her out. She does some of the best nail art that I've seen. I love her work so much and she is super friendly. She also does custom press-ons if you guys are interested. She did this nail design a few weeks ago and I have been obsessed with this nail art ever since I first seen it. She did also recreate this in pink as well. So this is the inspo for today's nail art. Once I apply the matte gel top coat to all of the nails, I am going to go ahead and cure for a full minute. After the nails are cured, I'm going to go ahead and start the nail art. I am taking this white gel liner from the first gel liner collection. I'm going to be using this to do a French tip on the pinky. To do the French tip, I'm just drawing a little dot where I want the center of the smile line to be, and I'm going to draw a curved line going all the way to the corner of the nail. You can make this as straight or as curvy as you like. Personally, I do want a very, very deep smile line for this nail set, so I am making this line very curvy. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same process to the other side of the nail to complete the smile line. After completing the smile line, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the tip of the nail. I did start to do this with the gel liner brush, and then I realized how long this nail actually is. So I decided to switch over to my super white gel polish gel from DoubleDipNails. This is basically the exact same super pigmented white gel, but it is in a normal gel polish bottle. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this to fill in the tip of the nail. Once I've filled in the tip of the nail with the white gel polish, I'm going to go back with the gel liner brush and touch up my smile line just to get it as perfect as I can. Once again, I'm going to look at the hand from a different perspective. You can always find something to fix when you look at the nail from a different perspective. And again, this is why I want to stress to make sure to look at the nail from a different angle, especially if you're doing someone else's nails. Once I have the perfect French tip nail, I am going to go ahead and do a full cure under the UV LED nail lamp. Once the French tip is cured, I am taking this hot pink gel liner. This is number 2 from the first gel liner collection. I'm going to be using this to draw some flames over top of the French tip. Again, I'm just making sure to remove the excess polish from the brush. For the pinky nail, I am doing a flame over top of the French tip nail, and to draw the flame, I'm basically drawing a U shape in the middle of the nail. The line on the right is curved outwards and then back inwards and out again. For the other side of the flame, I'm basically mirroring the same line that I did for the other side, except this one is going to be quite a bit longer. You can draw it more straight if you like, but personally I do like these to be very curvy. Once I have that U shape in the middle, I'm going to draw a straight line going down and go ahead and draw another flame on the right side of the nail. This line is also very curvy, and I do want the tip of this flame to be pointing away from the center one. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side of the nail as well. For this style of flames, you do want to make sure that in between the peaks of the flames is very rounded out. You don't want to have any harsh lines because that's not quite the style of these flames. Again, if you don't want to do it like this, you can do it however you want. Once I've done the outlines for the flames, I am going to go ahead and fill in the tip of the nail and also make sure that each flame is as perfect as I can get. Once I finish touching up the flame nail design, I am going to go ahead and do a full cure under the UV LED nail lamp. For the 2 middle nails, these are also French tips, so I'm just going to go ahead and repeat the same process that I did for the French tip on the pinky onto these 2 nails as well. Once I have the smile lines of those 2 French tips outlined, I am going back with the super white gel polish, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of the nail for these French tips. Again, once I filled in the rest of the nail, I did go back with the liner brush just to touch up the French tip design. Once I have those 2 French tips, I did go ahead and do a full cure. Next, I am taking this orange gel liner. This is number 5 from the first gel liner collection. I'm going to be using this to do the design on the ring fingernail. This nail design is very fun and actually pretty easy to do. So I'm starting on the left side of the nail and I'm going to follow the smile line until I get to the center of the nail. I'm going to make sure to keep the line pretty straight at this point. We're going to be doing a curved line and then go back towards the other side of the nail, kind of like a backwards S shape. You can do this line a lot curvier, but because the nails are this length, I did want to make sure that the line is pretty stretched out so that it can fit on the nail. Once I have the initial shape, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the left side of the nail with the orange polish. I'm going to go ahead and take a dotting tool, and using the small side, I'm just picking up the orange gel polish, and on the white side of the nail, inside of that circle area, I'm just going to be doing a flower. Flowers with dotting tools are very simple. You're just going to be doing 5 dots in the circle. I personally didn't really want these dots to touch that much, but you can make them touch for a different type of flower look. I did go ahead and cure that under the nail lamp. Once that layer is cured, I'm going back with the dotting tool and the white gel polish, and I'm going to be doing a white flower on the orange side of the nail. Again, I'm just doing these same steps to do the flower. I am going to go ahead and cure that layer under the nail lamp. Once that layer is cured, I am taking the pink gel liner that I used for the pinky, picking some of that gel up with the dotting tool. I'm going to be doing dots inside of those flowers. This is a really good way to tie all of the colors in this nail set together. I did go ahead and cure that layer as well. Next, I am taking this neon yellow gel liner, which is number 5 from the Glow the Night gel liner collection, so this does actually glow in the dark. Again, I'm making sure to remove the excess polish from the brush. For the middle fingernail, we're going to be doing some groovy lines on the French tip portion. So again, I just followed the smile line down towards the middle of the nail. Once the polish started going into the tip of the nail, I then curved the line, and we're just going to be doing some wavy lines going all across the nail. I'm also going to be doing 2 lines of the yellow color on the sides of the nail as well, just to make sure this nail design has a good variety of color. I did go ahead and cure under the nail lamp. Next, I am going back with the pink gel liner that I used for the pinky, and I'm going to be following the yellow line on the right side. For this type of nail design, you do want to make sure to play around with the thickness of these lines. Honestly, I wish I would have made some parts of my lines a little bit thicker, just to give it that groovy effect. I'm also going to be doing some pink lines on the left and right side of the nail as well, again just to make sure there's enough color variety for this nail design. Once I have the pink outline done, I did go ahead and do a cure under the nail lamp. Next, I am going back with the orange gel liner that I used for the previous nail, and I'm going to be doing the same thing on the other side of the yellow line. I also decided to add some orange on the other side of the pink line just to make sure that this nail has enough color. I did want the white of this nail to still show through, but I did want this nail to be mostly colors. I did go ahead and cure that under the nail lamp. For the index nail, we're going to be doing some rhinestones. In the inspo pic, Lindsay did use these circular neon rhinestones. I did thankfully have some of those, but I didn't have the bigger rhinestones. So I'm actually going to be creating my own. I do have these transparent rhinestones that are shaped and they are pretty big. So I do want to use these, but they're not the right colors. So for this, I'm actually going to be creating my own neon rhinestones. I'm just holding one of the diamond shapes with some tweezers, and I'm going to take the same gel polish colors that I used for the nail design, and I'm just going to paint the back of the rhinestone. Because these rhinestones are transparent, the color is going to show through. That's exactly what I wanted because I didn't have these colorful rhinestones already made, so I decided just to make my own. Once I painted the back, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. This is what it looks like right after curing. I am comparing this to one of the rhinestones that I have not painted. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 more rhinestones. So in the picture, she does have a heart that is neon yellow. So again, I have the same heart shape, but it's not yellow. So I am just taking the neon yellow gel polish, painting the back, and I'm going to go ahead and cure that under the nail lamp. You do want to make sure not to have too much polish, just to try to keep the back as flat as possible. I did go ahead and cure that under the nail lamp. I'm going to do 1 more rhinestone, and this one is going to be the pink color, just to make sure I have all 3 of these main colors. So I went ahead and laid out my rhinestone placement. This is basically the exact same rhinestone placement that Lindsay did in her set of nails. To apply the rhinestones, I'm just going to be applying them directly into the top coat gel. This gel top coat does come in the Polygel kit, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this one in the nail set. I really like this gel top coat because it does have a really nice consistency that is easy to work with. It also cures as a no wipe top coat, so you don't have that sticky layer to remove after it's cured. Once I apply the top coat before I cure that, I'm going to go ahead and start placing my rhinestones. I am just using a little wax pencil to pick up the rhinestones. My favorite thing about applying rhinestones into gel is you have as long as you need to get the placement how you want. You don't have to worry about the gel curing and the placement of the rhinestones until you decide to cure it yourself, so you do have as long as you need to get the placement exactly how you want. As you can see, I started by applying 2 small circular rhinestones at the cuticle, then we're doing the heart. Underneath the heart, we are doing 2 small rhinestones, and then the diamond. At the bottom of the diamond, we're doing 2 small rhinestones. We're going to repeat that pattern until we get to the bottom of the nail. Once I got almost to the bottom, I thought I actually didn't have enough room to do the rhinestone placement exactly like hers, so I did get a little bit nervous, but I went ahead and started moving the rhinestones to their correct placement, and I did make enough room just to finish out the rhinestone placement. Once I applied all of the rhinestones into the uncured gel and they are perfectly how I want, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. Next, I am taking a marble mixing palette and I'm going to apply a small drop of each of these 3 gel polish colors that I used for the nail design. I am going to be using this for the thumb. So for the thumbnail, she did a bunch of random flowers. Honestly, at this point, it was super late and I was completely over doing nails at this point. So this part was a little bit more rushed than I would have liked, but they did still come out cute. Basically, for these flowers, I am doing these simple dotting tool flowers. So we're just doing 5 small dots in a circle. I'm going to be doing multiple flowers all over the nail. I am going to be doing flowers in all 3 of these colors. So once I finish with the pink flowers, I'm going to go ahead and start doing some orange flowers. Basically, I'm just filling up the nail with these flowers. So once I have the base of all of the flowers done, I did go ahead and cure under the nail lamp. I did add a little bit of the white gel polish onto the mixing palette, and I'm going to be using this white to do the center of all of the flowers. So once I finished with all of the dots, I did go ahead and do another cure. Last but not least, I am going back with the top coat gel and I'm going to be applying this to all of the nails except for the index. Because I already applied a top coat to adhere the rhinestones, I decided not to apply a second one, but if you are recreating this or you want your rhinestones to last, I would definitely make sure to apply a top coat around your rhinestones. I did go ahead and do the final cure, and here are the nails. I think these are so cute. I am obsessed with this nail design. Let me know what you guys think of this nail design down below. Do make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Do make sure to go and follow my girl Lindsay on her Instagram. I will have all of her social medias linked down below. Thank you so much for the inspiration, Lindsay. I love your work so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!